What's up everyone and welcome back to the channel. Now the title of this video is called Other Groups Won't Respect Us Until We Respect Ourselves. Now the reason for this video has been inspired by recent events, but it also forms part of the larger issue that surrounds the black community when it comes to respect. Now we are looking extremely hypocritical, asking or demanding respect from anyone when we have shown a complete lack of respect for our damn selves. Now, we have been fighting for equality, justice, representation in this country for the longest. And most importantly, that our image is shown in a positive light throughout the media, such as the film, TV, and music industry. The reason is because we knew, or I thought we knew as a people, how image has the power to build or destroy a people in one breath. We only have to look at slavery and how the image of white Christ, alongside the tenets of Christianity, no doubt, and excluding, of course, the bonds of slavery, but historians have always argued this, that the image of Christ was actually more impactful than anything else, because that image was used to hurt our psyche, a psychological change of slavery, which you can't see, because that ensured that the image and the likeness of whiteness and white people in our brains was held in the same esteem as God. And also in the same vein, that darkness, the darker the skin tone, is always known as a negative stereotype. So we as a people should already have known this from way back when, and we did, or at least again, that generation of people did know that. But with all that being said, I just find it baffling. And again, this is why it's so hypocritical that we have not tackled the negative images that we ourselves put out and that we are in control of it, especially these days. Now, when we take a look at the music industry, now this is a place which you cannot argue we feature heavily in, and how when you study the art form over the years and how, especially today, it has regressed into a state of pure savagery. And that's putting that lightly and nicely. You look at grime music, drill music, and how the lyrics, the music video, the art form, if you can even call it an art form, it depicts us in a primitive mind and as beasts that just upholds all the negative stereotypes that have existed long before about black people. Now, in order for us to be fair and balanced about imagery and respect and justice, we have to be applying the same pressure, but in my mind, more pressure on these artists and the like to stop these negative images portrayed in every video. In my mind, I think drill music should be banned. Now, there's been a lot of talk about how drill music is positive, but when you consider the levels of crime and the type of crime that gets committed these days, when you look at the numbers, there's no coincidence. And this is why there's been studies done on this in regards to the link between not only poverty and crime, but the type of music that people listen to and crime. Even in the white community back in the day, if anyone remembers this, how Amine Maxwell came out and how at one stage it was like satanic music and the whole white community was in up in arms because they were saying this music directly contributes to negative behaviors that are being committed by our youth, because they cared about it and they understood the power that certain images have, and especially music. And the same is said today regarding this, the power that image that this music has and holds over us. Because one thing we should always realize about black people, which you come to realize, is when it comes to music, it almost becomes our anthem. We recite the lyrics as if it's the scripture, a new scripture gets written. If someone says that lyric that we like, that becomes our new motto, our new anthem, our new lingo. We uphold it and it becomes infused in our culture. So there's no coincidence when you see this bullshit music, this negative music, this regressive state, how it also infused with the culture. It's caused black culture as a whole to regress. It's not as if the music and everything that we're doing is progressing, but we're regressing. And the music and the images that we're putting out here, it's the reason why. And this is why it always kills when we always talk about being stereotyped, racially profiled, negatively. and how we don't seem to put two and two together to say, well, hold on a second. We're asking for respect. We're asking to not be stereotyped in this manner because we're not all criminals. We're not all thugs. But in the same token, we are producing content which reinforces that imagery. And here's the thing. No other group of people puts out this type of content. Unless I'm wrong. Name the groups of people who not only puts it out, but will go hard in the paint to support putting out this type of music. So that's the main thing. You can have conversations about how this music is derogatory to women, to men, to the relationships, but you'll have people, and I mean top people, talking about how this music, it's an escape, it helps us to get out here, and they don't see the correlation between how images, music, everything that's been put out here has a negative impact on your mind as a human being, and how if you let it ingratiate your mind, it affects other areas of life. We have completely become dumb, deaf, and blind when it comes to the situation. But I'm telling you right now, we will never get, I repeat, never get the respect that we believe we deserve from other groups until we can show that we respect ourselves. Until next time.